The first thing I felt was the cold. Not the clean, merciful cold of death, but the gnawing, crawling kind that seeps into broken bones and shredded organs, the kind that tells you you've been bleeding too long and no one is coming. I was lying in a crater on Virex-9, staring up at a purple sky split by trace of fire and burning ships. My squad was gone. Vaporized. Torn apart. I couldn't even hear the battle anymore, just a distant ringing and my own ragged breathing. The med gel in my kit had run dry. My lungs were filling. And then I saw her. She stepped out of the smoke like a nightmare-given form, tall, pale, eyes glowing crimson beneath a hood of black armor that shimmered like liquid shadow. Her species name hit my fading mind like a curse. Narc-Tha. Alien vampires. The galaxy's apex predators. Immortal, blood-drinking aristocrats who ruled entire systems and treated most sentient species like livestock. Humanity had been at war with them for 3 brutal years, and we were losing. I tried to lift my rifle. My arm didn't respond. She looked down at me, head tilting slightly, as if I were an insect that had surprised her by still moving. "You should already be dead," she said calmly. I laughed, or maybe I choked. Blood bubbled from my lips. Working on it. Her eyes flicked to the hole in my chest where shrapnel had torn through armor and flesh. I could see my own ribs. She knelt beside me. That's when I smelled it. Not rot. Not decay. Iron. Fire. Power. Her blood. What I saw next changed everything. She studied me for a long moment, then did something no Narc-Tha had ever done on record. She removed her gauntlet and sliced her own palm with a talon. Dark, luminous blood welled up, glowing faintly like embers in the dark. "Drink," she said. I stared at her, half delirious. "That's not how this usually goes. If you refuse," she continued, "you will die in 90 seconds. If you drink, you may die screaming. Or you may live." "Why?" I whispered. Her lips curved into something that wasn't quite a smile. "Because I want to see what happens when a human refuses to die." I didn't hesitate. I grabbed her wrist with what little strength I had left and drank. The pain was immediate and indescribable. It felt like molten metal flooding my veins, like my blood was being set on fire and rewritten at the same time. I screamed until my throat tore open, then screamed again when it healed mid-scream. My heart stopped, then restarted. Harder, faster, stronger. I felt my shattered bones knit together, felt organs regrow, felt something ancient and hungry coil around my human thoughts, but it didn't take control. It met resistance, because humans don't submit easily. But that was only the beginning. I woke up standing, not crawling, not kneeling, standing in the crater, naked skin steaming as wounds sealed themselves shut. Around me, the battlefield had gone quiet. Not because the war had ended, because every Narc-Tha within 100 meters was staring at me. My senses were wrong, too sharp. I could hear heartbeats, smell fear, see energy rippling through armor and shields. I looked at my hands. They were mine, but not. Veins glowed faintly crimson. My nails were harder. My muscles coiled with impossible strength. The Narc-Tha woman who had fed me stepped back slowly, her expression no longer amused. "What are you?" she whispered. "I was Staff Sergeant Elias Ward," I said, my voice carrying far too well across the ruined field. "And you should probably run." The first Narc-Tha attacker lunged at me, moving faster than any human should be able to track. I caught him by the throat. His armor crumpled like foil. When I threw him, he didn't land. He exploded against a cliff face a kilometer away.
Silence. Then panic. They attacked together. That was their second mistake.
What I saw next changed everything.
I didn't fight like a Naktha.
I didn't fight like a human. I fought like something that understood both, strength amplified by restraint, hunger chained by discipline. Where Naktha relied on terror and domination, I used momentum, precision, and brutal efficiency. I felt their blood call to me, but I refused it. Instead, I broke them. When it was over, the battlefield was littered with bodies that should not have been possible.
Ships began to withdraw. Distress signals screamed across the comnet.
The Naktha woman stared at me in horror and awe. You were not supposed to survive.
Yeah, I said.
We get that a lot.
Word spread faster than light.
A human who drank Naktha blood and didn't become a thrall.
A hybrid who didn't go mad.
A soldier who could kill vampire lords bare-handed and still refuse to feed. The Naktha High Court summoned me within a week.
That's when I learned the truth.
They had tried this before.
On dozens of species.
Every subject either died or became a mindless beast under Naktha control.
Humans were the first to fight back from the inside. The vampire blood didn't overwrite me.
It negotiated. And lost. But that was only the beginning. The war ended 6 months later.
Not with treaties. With fear.
Naktha fleets retreated from human space. Slave worlds rebelled, inspired by whispers of a human who had beaten their gods at their own game.
They called me many things.
The Crimson Anomaly. The Living Paradox.
The Bloodbound Human.
The Naktha Queen called me something else when we finally met, her ancient eyes studying me like a storm held in check. You are proof, she said softly, that humanity cannot be conquered. Only underestimated once.
I didn't threaten her. I didn't need to.
I didn't come to rule, I said. I came to make sure you never try this again.
She believed me.
Because she could hear it in my heartbeat. Steady, controlled, unafraid.
I left the Naktha Empire alive. No one else ever had.
The galaxy changed after that. Naktha stopped farming sentient species. Other empires reconsidered their view of humanity, not as weak newcomers, but as something far more dangerous. A species that could take the worst the universe offered, and turn it into a weapon without losing itself.
As for me, I didn't age anymore. Didn't need blood. Didn't sleep much either. I went back to Earth once.
Visited my squad's memorial. Stood quietly among names etched into stone, feeling the weight of what I'd become.
I wasn't human anymore. But I wasn't a monster.
I was proof. Proof that even dying, broken, bleeding in the dirt, a human could still make the universe regret pushing us too far. Because the day I drank alien vampire blood and survived, the universe learned a simple, terrifying truth. Humanity doesn't evolve slowly.
We evolve under pressure.